One said ABC's This Week can end a second-period democracy as we know. 3 women working in Trump White House give an alarm about what a second Donald Trump term can mean for the country. And one says the end of American democracy as we know. Alyssa, Farah, Griffin, Cassidy, Hutchinson and Sarah Matthews. ABC News chief Washington correspondent and This Week joint work Jonathan Karl on Sunday this week, in an interview to discuss his roles in a conversation against Trump. For first time discussing that Griffin, Hutchinson and Matthews, each which cooperated with investigation of Trump's behavior after January 6, each January 6, is discussing together. On Sunday morning, you can watch more than Jonathan Karl's Alyssa, Farah, Griffin, Cassidy, Hutchinson and Sarah Matthews. A second Trump term, as we know, may mean the end of American democracy. And I am not saying it slightly. Griffin said. He said. And this only shows that he is willing break every obstacle come power and come power. Griffin served as the communication director at Trump White House until he resigned in December 2020 immediately after the presidential elections. Griffin was sitting behind January 6 committee for a special interview, while the White House Chief of General Staff Mark Meadows, Hutchinson and an old White House Deputy Press Secretary Matthews expressed everyone openly to gate witness. Most the closed-door witness interviews the January 6 committee were ultimately published. But all them were published. But all them containing Hutchinson. We don't have to guess what a second Trump term will look because we have already seen you play. To this day, election is still doubled to the fact that election was stolen and Ulant. And then his discourse has become increasingly irregular. So, he called things like eliminating a part of the Constitution. To want. In this July 21, 2022 file photo, Sarah Matthews came to hearing of Election Committee to investigate the 6th of January attack on U.S. Capitol in Washington. In this June 28, 2022 file photo, Cassidy Hutchinson testifies to U.S. Capitol in Washington during the Distinguished Committee to investigate January 6 attack in Washington. Hutchinson, who became the main target of Trump's anger after a testimony, emphasized his latest statements about whether Trump will manage as a dictator when he was elected in 2024. A feeling Griffin accepted shows that should be leaning to be a lonely dictator. He shows as a weak man who has no sense of character and honesty, no sense of leadership.